Hello students, today we are going to start new chapter, that is chapter 9, the living organisms and their surroundings. Now in this chapter we will cover the topics like habitat, in which we will discuss about abiotic components and biotic components, then types of habitat, that is terrestrial habitat and aquatic habitat, and then characteristics of living organisms. So first, habitat. What is habitat? Now the place where living organisms live is called habitat. We live in towns and cities because these places fulfill our daily needs like food, water and shelter. In fact, all living things like plants and animals prefer to live in those places that are best suited to their needs. So, the place where living organisms live is called their habitat. A habitat provides food, water, air, light, shelter, and a place for breeding to the plants and the animals living in it. For example, the cactus plant grows and survives well in hot and dry areas of desert. So, the habitat of the cactus plant is the desert. Like camel also adapted to survive on very little water for long periods of time. So, habitat of camel is also the desert. Like this, you can think many animals they are living, or plants are grown in mountains. Now, habitat have two components, that is biotic components and abiotic components. Now, biotic components, plants and animals living in a habitat is its biotic components. Example, plants, human being, animals, microorganism makes biotic habitat. Means all living things are making biotic components. Now, abiotic components. Abiotic component, various non-living things like soil, water, air, sunlight, temperature, etc. makes abiotic components of the environment. Now, all living things are not able to survive without the abiotic components, without soil, water, air, sunlight, temperature. No living things can survive. So, biotic components are dependent on abiotic components, you can say. The biotic components and abiotic components form the natural environment of an organisms. Now here we will see how abiotic factors affects on germination of seeds. So here we will see things needed is 4 bowls, gram seeds, oil and a refrigerator. Okay, this activity you have to copy in your biology notebook. Now here in one bowl we will take some dry gram seeds in a bowl 1 and place it in the sunlight or at a warm place. The condition क्या होगा? We will give the, if we are keeping the gram seeds in the sun, then air and sunlight will be getting to the seeds. And condition क्या नहीं देंगे, that is water we will not give. So what will the observation? Seeds will not germinate. Because of water, seeds will not germinate. In second bowl, we will keep some soaked seeds in bowl and keep it inside the refrigerator. अभी हम कहाँ रख रहे हैं? सेकेंड बाउल को रेफ्रिजरेटर में. तो कंडीशन क्या है? वी आर गिविंग द कंडीशन एयर एंड वाटर, बट वी आर नॉट गिविंग वार्मथ. सो व्हाट विल हैपन? In cold, the seeds will not germinate. In third bowl, we will put some soaked seeds and fill it with water. Then cover it with a layer of oil. Place it in the sunlight or in a warmth. अब क्या कर रहे हैं? पानी भी दे रहे हैं और पानी के ऊपर एक ऑयल डाल दे रहे हैं लेयर का. तो what will happen? Because of oil, no air will reach to the soaked seed. So here water and sunlight will be there, but air will not reach. Condition में क्या है? Air नहीं मिलेगा. So if air will not get to the seeds, seeds will not germinate. Now, in fourth bowl, put some soaked seeds on a moist soil in a bowl and keep it in the sunlight or at a warm place. Condition what we are giving here, water plus air plus sunlight, सारे चीज़ मिल रहे हैं. So, condition we are not giving, nothing we are not giving, we are giving all the condition, that is water, air and sunlight. Now, this is the proper condition we are giving to the seeds, and here the seeds will germinate. So, what we see in this activity, if water, warmth and air is not provided to the seeds will not germinate. But if we are giving all these conditions, that is abiotic conditions, if we are giving, the seed will germinate. So, conclusion is air, sunlight and water are necessary for the germination of seeds. Like human beings also, all these, without air, warmth and water we are not able to survive. So, for biotic conditions, abiotic conditions are also very much important for the survival of biotic factors. Now, types of habitat. There are two types of habitat, that is terrestrial habitat and aquatic habitat. The terrestrial habitat is the land on which plants and animal is grown or survive is known as terrestrial habitat. Example, forest, grassland, mountains and deserts. Aquatic habitat, the animals and plants which lives in water is called aquatic habitat. For example, ocean, sea, lakes and pond. Now, what is adaptation? The presence of specific features or certain habits which enable a plant or an animal to live in its surrounding is called adaptation. जो special features है plants or animals में, so that they can live in the specific place, is known as adaptation. Now, different animals and plants are adapted to their surrounding in different ways. Now, here we will discuss about the different habitat and how the animals and plants are survived there. So, first in adaptation in terrestrial habitat. In terrestrial habitat, we will see about adaptation in grasslands or forests. So, in grasslands and forests, how plants are growing, surviving and how animals are surviving, we will see in the further part. Second, adaptation in mountains. So, how plants and animals are adapted to live in mountains and how plants and animals are adapted to live in deserts. Then we will discuss adaptation in aquatic habitat, that is adaptation in ocean or seas, and adaptation of plants and animals in lakes, ponds and river. Now, first adaptation in forests and grassland. First, we will see adaptation in plants. In forest and grassland, what is the situation there? In forest, we can see long, very big tree with great branches, and in grassland, only grasses are there which is brown in color, and very rare trees are found here. So, grasses growing in this habitat has flexible stem which bends or break in windy conditions. They have strong roots which hold the soil firmly. In grassland, trees are of medium height and are present in far away distances, and in forest, trees are very big with many branches. So, these are the plants adapted to live in, grow in forest and grassland area. Now, in grassland, deer and lion are the main animals. So, first we will discuss how deer have adapted to live in grassland, and then lion, how they have adapted to live in grassland forest area. Deer, the color of animal is brown. It has long legs to run fast. Why strong legs to run fast? If they will not be able to run fast, then lion, their predator, will catch them and they will make their prey. Then it has eyes on its sides of its head. दोनों सर के दोनों तरफ eyes है, so that they can view a broad area so, and they can see whether the predator is coming or not. Long ears, they are having long ears to hear the movement of its predators or enemy, and they have strong teeth to chew the stem of the plants. In lion, the color helps them to hide in dry grasslands when they hunt for their prey. Second, they have eyes in front that help them to see their prey from a great distance. Sharp teeth and long claws are there to catch and hold their prey, and then they are able to run fast to catch their prey. So, if this special features, if they are not having, they are not, then they are not be able to survive in the forest and grassland. So, they are having such features so that they are easily adapted to live in this area. Second is adaptation in mountains. Now, we all know mountains, they are very cold, snowy, somewhere snow is present. So, cold climatic condition is there in mountain region. So, how the plants adapted to survive there? They have well developed root system. Trees are normally cone shaped with branches sloping downward. Now, why branches are sloping downward? So that snow or water can easily fall off. Then leaves of some trees are needle like with waxy coating to protect them from rain or cold. Also, it helps them to reduce the loss of water through transpiration. अब waxy coating है तो ज़्यादा water loss नहीं होगा, so transpiration will be not there and they will able to capture water, hold water in them. Then they have cone instead of flowers with seeds inside. Now, adaptation in animals. Again, in cold weather, the animal must be having skin or fur to protect them from the cold weather. They have thick layer of fat deposits inside their skin to keep them warm, and fur is present on their feet and toes also to protect its feet from the cold when it walks on the snow. तो इन लोगों के पैर में भी fur होते हैं so that they can able to walk freely on the snow. Some animals like snow leopards have sharp claws to walk on the snow. Mountain goat has strong hooves for running down the rocky slopes of the mountains. So, by these features they are able to adapt in the mountain region. Now, adaptation in deserts. We all know deserts are having very hot climatic condition. So, the plants which are able to survive with less amount of water are able to grow here. So, here the plants, desert plant lose very little water through transpiration. Then the leaves in desert plants are either absent or in the forms of spines. Why spines? Spines helps in reducing the loss of water. Then the green stem helps in photosynthesis, and the stem is covered with thick waxy layer. Again, waxy layer helps to reduce the loss of water. Here the roots go deep into the soil for search of water, because in the desert area the soil is not having enough amount of water. So, roots have to go very deep into the soil for the search of water. Now, adaptation in animals. We very nicely know in desert, camel is the main animal. It is also called the sheep of the desert. So, here the body structure of camel help it to survive in desert conditions. They have long legs which help them to keep their body away from the hot sand. They excrete very small amount of urine, because they are not drinking too much of water. Very small amount of urine is excreted from their bodies. The dung is dry and they do not sweat. Camel lose very little water from their bodies so that they can live for many days without water. So, these are the features for the adaptation in the desert animals. So in this video we will do till here only, adaptation in desert. In next part of the video we will discuss the further part of the chapter, like adaptation in aquatic habitat and characteristics of animals, living organisms. Till then, bye. All of you have to write all this adaptation in grassland, forest, all mountain region, desert region in your notebook. Also activity you have to copy down in your notebook. So till then, bye.